Greetings, beautiful people. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome to my channel. As you can see, today we are going to do a review on a dryer that took us all by surprise. And that is the Devlon Northwest 1350 Infrared Hair Color Processor Dryer Accelerator 110 volt perm color hair care treatment. Now, I first saw this dryer on Amber Answer's page and also Kimberly Sherrill. Now, Kimberly Sherrill is really what sparked me to look into the dryer, because she did hers with a wash and go, and she used the dryer to dry her wash and go. So me, I wash my hair every day, and I would like to do a wash and go every day, preferably in the morning before I go to work. But the dryer that I have one of those old school hooded dryers that I've had for maybe 15 years. It's not really doing the job. Like, it'll bake the top of my hair to a crisp, and then the back is wet and the sides are still wet, and it's just not, it's just not working. So I decided that I finally need to upgrade after some time, even though I had locks. And I just recently combed out locks, which is a whole nother story. And so I'm on this new loose natural hair journey. And so here I am. Back to the dryer. So because I know nothing about infrared, I decided to do a little bit of research to find out how safe this dryer really is. Because the only thing I know about infrared is that, like a beam or something like that, which is supposed to be dangerous. And so I was like, you better do some research before you just go buy anything just because somebody made a video about it. So what I found is there are three types of infrared. We have near infrared, medium infrared, and far infrared. Far infrared emits the lowest temperatures, typically around the 100 degrees Celsius mark. Now, I'm just guessing, because the literature that they send you with the dryer says nothing about what kind of infrared it is. But based on what I could find online, this dryer is far infrared, because far infrared is typically around the 100 degree mark, and it says it's the lowest temperatures. So the chart that comes with the dryer has different levels. There are different levels to the dryer: level 1, 2, 3, and 4. So level 1 is 50 degrees Celsius, which equals 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Level 2, 62 degrees Celsius, 143.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Level 3 is 73 degrees Celsius, which is 163.4 degrees Fahrenheit. And level 4, 85 degrees Celsius, equaling 185 degrees Fahrenheit. So I took this off of a site that sells some infrared dryers, not this particular one, but they have some infrared technology. And it claims that infrared is a deep penetrating light technology that infuses the heat inside of the cuticle, not on the surface of the hair shaft, which is usually the case with a normal hair dryer. This decreases the drying time by 50%. Like, that's what I need, right? I need 50% because I really don't want to be drying my hair for more than 15 minutes, 30 minutes tops. Anyway, by this treatment technology, the hair retains its natural moisture. Perfect. The treatment technology causes the hair cuticle layer to close quicker, resulting in repair of damaged and treated hair, ultimate color protection, and a glossy look. I mean, it sounds like the answer to everything. Infrared emits radiant heat, which dries hair similarly to the way the sun does. Of the types of infrared heat, far infrared rays are known to be the healthiest for the human body. Research has shown infrared treatment may even promote new hair growth. Like, of course, you know what I'm saying? That's dope. So just like anything else, when researching on the internet, you find good and you find bad, and you're not really able to determine what's true and what's not. But I will say there was one constant, and that constant was eye damage when using infrared dryers. And that would be because essentially what's happening is that the heat is baking your eye. So I don't know if it makes sense, but maybe a blindfold. And if a blindfold doesn't make sense, maybe a gel blindfold, a gel eye mask, maybe that will help. And also something called baker's arms can occur with the infrared. So back to Kimberly Sherrill video real quick. So once I decided that I was interested in the video, I went to the link that she posted about where she bought it from. And that link took me to Amazon. And on that page, the very first question, the very first customer question on that page about the dryer said, and I quote, "Can this be used for just drying your hair?" Devlon Northwest replies, and I'm just gonna read it the way they responded, word for word. It says, "We selling rolling hair dryers!" Exclamation point. "This isn't really a good idea to use for a dryer." Now I'm like, what? Hey, but she just, and you, okay. Didn't stop me from purchasing dryer. Obviously, here it is. So, whatever. But about 7 days ago, someone else came back and asked the same question. They asked, and I quote, "I just want to know if this dryer is good for drying hair and how low does it emit EMF?" Devlon Northwest responded, "It's great for drying hair." They did not acknowledge anything about what it emits as far as EMF is concerned. Also, for clarity, I think I did it after I already made the purchase. I was waiting for it to get here. I sent Devlon Northwest an email. I believe it was through Amazon. It may not have been, but I may have went to the actual site and tried to contact them, but I sent an email asking them if the dryer is in fact safe to use as a dryer. And it's about, I don't know, maybe a week later, maybe a little bit more, and I have not gotten a response as of yet. I don't know if that means anything, but I have not gotten a response as of yet. So what I'm gonna do is, I have not used the dryer yet. Where is it? Here it is. As you can see, it has the 5 fans. I did do a little looking at it. I can see the controls and everything. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wash my hair. And I'm going to set it. And I'm going to come back on camera so you can see what it looks like pre-dry. So we can see whether or not it actually aids in keeping the length of your hair because it's drying so quickly. And if it does indeed help reduce frizz. Or if not. So like I said, I'm hoping for 15 minutes. That might sound ridiculous, but I'm hoping for 15 minutes, maximum 30 minutes. Now, if it takes more than 30 minutes, I might as well keep my hooded dryer. My hooded dryer probably cost me like $25 and it's still kicking. Don't get it twisted. My hood dryer is still holding me down. And this right here is pretty pricey. If you're not going to dry my hair quickly, I don't need it. If you have a use for it, great. But my use is that I need something to dry my hair every day safely and quickly. And so that's what I'm aiming for. So anyway, I'm going to go wash my hair and then I'll be back. All right, I am back. And it is now 6:53. I started at 6:14. I checked my hair 15 minutes later, which is what I was hoping for. And it was nowhere close to being dry. It may have been maybe, I don't know, 10, possibly 20% dry. So now at 6:53, my hair still is not dry. The top is wet. The sides are wet. The back is pretty dry. The back is like the only thing. It's damp. It's not completely dry, but it is damp. But essentially, my hair is not dry, and I specifically used a product that is very light and dries quickly because that would be ideal for me in the mornings before going to work. I don't want to use a heavy product that takes forever to dry, so I specifically chose this product to use with this dryer, and still 45 minutes later my hair is not dry. I set the dryer on 30 minutes and then it automatically switches into, I believe it's about 3 minutes cool time, but you have to press the button. It's one of the options on top of the dryer. And if you need to know more information about the dryer, the controls, Devlon Northwest does have a video on YouTube, very detailed. I think he even sets it up and everything, so you can find that video online. But then I went back because it wasn't dry, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna come on camera because I'm just done. I'm just absolutely done. but I believe it goes up to maybe 60. I didn't even bother to go past that, but you can do it for more than 30 minutes. I believe it's an hour. It does have a cool down period, which is great. So there's definitely some cookage of the shoulders going on. Definitely. There's definitely some cooking of the back of the neck. The top of the head was pretty good, but that's because I don't have it pulled all the way down. I had it up pretty high, and the reason why I have it up pretty high is because the two sides, I want them to sit here, and if I pull it down so that the top part is closer to my head, then the sides are really cooking my shoulders. The infrared light is very faint. You barely even notice it. It comes in and it goes out. You can hear it switching modes. I wonder if I possibly maybe have a defective unit, because level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4 all feel pretty much, okay, that's a lie. But level 3 and 4 feel the same to me. And I really was expecting something different based off of what I was reading on their page on Amazon. People were saying, you know, how it's so hot and no one can tolerate anything above level 2. I did most of this on level 4 and I was extremely comfortable. I was reading a book. Let me just point out my book, by the way. I was reading a book. I was very comfortable. I'm not sweating, nothing like that. I will, you know, it was a very comfortable scene. However, for me, it's not all that. I'm sorry. It's really not all that. Not for what I need. I need, like I said, something that's going to dry my hair quickly. And it didn't do that. When you think about the price, and then 45 minutes later, my hair is not dried. It's not elongated, which, I mean, really and truly, that's not the dryer's fault. You know what I mean? And the product that I use actually really does give me some good, it gives me the longest length of any other product that I have used. I will say that. But my $30 hooded dryer doesn't give me any kind of elongation either, but it also dries my hair within about the same amount of time. So besides the fact that it's fancy and it looks good and you could be like, yeah, I got one of those dryers, other than that, to me, it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth my hard-earned money. You know what I mean? Nobody sent me this, and I'm not implying that anyone sent anybody else. I don't know. I don't remember. But I know that I spent my hard-earned money on this dryer, and it's not doing what I wanted it to do. I really wanted level 4 to be like extremely hot to where I couldn't handle it, and it wasn't that. And I feel like they kind of missed the mark on that, because there really should be a setting that is like really, really hot. All of these settings were comfortable. So I noticed that I can just run it on cool, and that's pretty decent. And maybe I can dry my hair on like the lowest setting, but goodness gracious, how long would that actually take to just dry my hair on level 1 or just cool? That would take forever. I will say though, what I do like about it is I do like that it's not a hood, and that there is air just circulating, and it's not stifling me, and I don't feel uncomfortable, and it's not burning the top of my head. That's great, and that in itself is probably safer. But again, for the cost of it and for what I'm looking for me, I think it's a thumbs down. I think I'm going to send it back probably. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. For me to not be 100% satisfied, I don't think that it's worth it. Before I go, I just want to make sure that I gave you all the information that I had about it. And again, if you want to know where I got it from, I'll post a link for where I got it from. I mean, that's it. There also were no instructions on how to build it, but it was really pretty straightforward. And again, Devlon Northwest does have a video online. I'm pretty sure that the young man did build it in his video. Other than that, guys, for me, it's a no. You know, I'm a nobody as far as YouTube is concerned, so all I can do is give you the real. It's not all that. It's really not all that. Maybe for the perming and the hair coloring and all of this and all of that, might be great. Deep conditioning, I can see that, absolutely. But as far as like a dryer, maybe if you set it on rollers, It might be different because, you know, with a wash and go, the hair is kind of just like laying on top of itself, whereas a dryer, but then again, underneath the rollers, I really don't see that getting dry anytime soon either. Like I said, for me, sorry, but it's a no. It's a no. So that's it. See you next time. Thank you for joining me.